Welcome to HueFin News, where we give you news according to the charts. Today is October the 25th, 2017, and we at HueFin News are not giving you guys investment advice. We are not investment advisors as well, but what we are giving you, we feel is more important, and that is the interpretation of the charts. You guys can see on this cryptocurrency market capitalization website that the market cap is back up to $168 billion. It was there about 2 days ago. So about that $3 billion that left out yesterday came back in the market again today. One thing that I haven't talked about mostly is that the markets in which these cryptos are being traded is up to 6,000. Last time I spoke about it was around 5,500. So now that tells you that the interest in these cryptocurrencies is steadily growing. And you guys can see by the market cap for Bitcoin almost at $100 billion is fascinating for one cryptocurrency to have that much market cap, and it's only a couple of almost a decade year old. So that tells you that the interest for these cryptocurrencies is growing, and by us being in the forefront, and we should be able to ride this as the wave gets bigger. The ones who get in earliest will usually be the ones to benefit and profit the most. Okay, so you guys can see that Bitcoin ended the day higher. Now our analysis yesterday was saying that Bitcoin was going to move lower because we had that push to go down bar. And the market did move lower, but the market closed higher. So obviously the market participants still have business to take care of around that price area. We'll talk about that once we look at the chart. Ethereum is down 0.25%. Ripple is down 1.60. Bitcoin Cash is also up 1%. Litecoin is down 1%. Dash is down 2.23%. BitConnect is up almost 5%. Neo is down 4.18. Then you guys can see Monero down 0.65. Ethereum Classic down 0.41. So you guys can see that Bitcoin is up 3.98%. Last trade was at $5,721. So quite simple. We were suspecting Bitcoin to come down to around the low from the 18th of October. The market only came down to $5,400, and then the market changed and the market started moving higher from that point. And the market participants was able to bring the market to a close towards the high of this bar, which is around $5,700. So that tells us that Bitcoin is not ready to move lower. Because when you have a push to go down bar like we had on yesterday, the market, if it was truly giving us precursors of weakness, the market would have closed lower again the next day. But it did not do that today. So at least that tells us that Bitcoin is going to continue to trade sideways to maybe a little higher. Now that higher includes back up to 6,000. Now it might not go that high tomorrow. It might, but the sideways trading action will be from the close and the open from today was around $5,500, and we'll take it all the way back up to 6,000 for Bitcoin to be trading on tomorrow. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Bitcoin is going to be making all-time highs again. It just simply means that Bitcoin is going to be trading within a trading range. The market is not yet ready to break out to higher prices or even break out or break down to lower prices. So you just have to be patient, and once we get that precursors of weakness or precursors of strength, then we'll be able to tell you guys that once that moment occurs. So now let's go ahead and look at Ethereum. So Ethereum is down 0.37%. Last trade was at $295.10. So we said that Ethereum was going to be trading sideways, and it did come down to our analysis to where we said it's going to come and touch, and we said it from these two bars from the 21st and the 22nd of October, and it did that. I think it came down to 290, came down to 288, so that's pretty close to around 300, and we're still expecting Ethereum to trade sideways. The market tried to consume up all that stockpile that came in the market. And you guys can tell that the selling wasn't necessarily that bad for Ethereum because the volume is light. Because once you have this much stockpile to have the market close towards the low, but then the next trading day you get light volume, that tells you that the sellers are not present in the market for Ethereum. So we will continue to say that Ethereum will trade sideways to higher, and we're looking for that 290 as the support, and maybe back up to 310 just like it did on the 24th of October. Now, if the sellers are still present in the market, then Ethereum will come back down to 280. So that is also a possibility, because we are still noticing how wide this spread bar was and where the market closed on yesterday. So we are keeping that in the back of our mind, as well as all of this down move that we had here over the last couple of trading days as well. We will need to have sideways trading action to consume all of that selling that occurred over the last week and a couple of days before the market will move higher for Ethereum. Also, you guys can kind of tell that Ethereum's today's price bar looks like a trial run. So that is where we have to wait for confirmation on tomorrow to see if the market participants have successfully bought up all of the stockpile that occurred on today and yesterday. So we don't get confirmation, meaning that the market don't move higher or close higher tomorrow, then Ethereum will be giving us more precursors of weakness, and you will be expecting them to trade sideways to lower. But if they do, then expect them to move back up to 310. So now let's go to Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is up 1.57%. Last trade was at $327.97. So Bitcoin Cash is still doing this thing. It's still giving us that sideways trading action between 280 and 360, and we're still expecting that. One of the positive things that we've seen today with the stockpile from yesterday is that the volume was light, just like Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash also closed higher today from the market shooting lower, and then to close higher is the precursor of strength. So we're expecting Bitcoin Cash to trade sideways to higher as well. And if anything, it might come and touch 340. But if we get a push to go bar, then expect it to go to 360. But today's bar kind of negates the stockpile that came in on yesterday. So that's why we're saying that Bitcoin Cash will trade sideways to higher. So now let's go to Ripple. So Ripple is down 1.15%. Last trade was around 20 cents. And it wasn't our expectation for Ripple to hover around 20 cents today. Matter of fact, it wasn't our expectation for them to come below 20 cents, but it did. But at least the market was able to close above our support line that we've drawn. The volume is also almost pretty heavy comparative to the size of the price bar. So this is a trial run bar. We need to get the confirmation for the buyers in the market to complete the buying up or the consuming of the stockpile that occurred on yesterday. If not, then Ripple will be continue to move lower to possibly the low that occurred on the 29th of September, or it might even come to the open and close from the 23rd and the 24th of October. But we need to get the confirmation, so we would just have to say tomorrow for Ripple it will trade sideways, and we're looking for that to be between 19 cents to to a high about 21 cents for Ripple again. Now the market is successful in the selling, in the consuming of the stockpile, then expecting to move to 22 cents. So now let's go to Litecoin. So Litecoin is up 0.36%. Last trade was at $55.92. So again, Litecoin, the stockpile that came in on these bars from yesterday, you can tell that the market today is giving us lighter volume, which means that the selling for these cryptocurrencies has been almost completed. For Litecoin to come and shoot lower to our area that we said was going to be on the video yesterday, to close higher, or at least to around the close from yesterday, tells us that the market participants are still interested in the prices at this area, and that they are aiming to shoot higher, especially for Litecoin. And we're looking for them to at least come to touch $58 in the short term. If not, it could come back down to the low from today. But we're looking for Litecoin to trade sideways to higher as well. So now let's go look at Dash. So Dash is down 1.16%. Last trade was at $287.11. So Dash did shoot higher to where we said it's going to come, $300. It actually hit to $297. Pretty close. We said that it might come down and touch 280 and then shoot higher. But then the market came and closed lower. So the sellers for Dash are still in control. The buyers wasn't successful in all the stockpile that revealed itself on yesterday, and the market for Dash closed lower than yesterday. So we would be expecting Dash to continue to trade sideways to maybe lower, and that lower only simply means to the low of around $280. That's the low, but Dash can still come back up to $300. But to have the market shoot higher to close lower tells us that there is definitely more precursors of weakness than there is strength for Dash, and it's likely that it will not be moving higher tomorrow, but there's always no guarantees in any of the markets. So now let's go to Neo. So Neo is down 5.12%. Last trade was at $28.35. So our analysis for Neo was for them to trade sideways to higher. Instead, we got a push to go down bar, but the volume is really standing out for us. It's real light compared to the last 5 or 6 trading days. Tells us that the interest in higher prices is currently not there for Neo, and it did come down to the low that we said on the 19th of October, which was around $28.47. We forecasted that on our video yesterday, and the market came there. But we're still looking around Neo to come and touch maybe $27 again. It might even break down and touch 26 as the sideways trading action. But we're not looking for Neo to do a breakout on tomorrow. We're expecting them to at least trade sideways, and that would be again $30 to 27 or even maybe 26 for Neo. So now let's go to Ethereum Classic. So you guys can see Ethereum Classic is down 0.15%. Last trade was at $10.42. So again, we have another trial run bar for Ethereum Classic. The volume is extremely light comparative to what the stockpile shown. Tells us that either the sellers are not present or the buyers are not interested in higher prices. So that's why we had to wait for confirmation tomorrow to see the buyers are still interested in higher prices, because if so, then expect Ethereum Classic to move higher. If not, expect it to move lower. So we can't necessarily give you an analysis on where we think Ethereum Classic is going to be moving for that fact alone, but it's probable that we can say that it can come back down and touch from the lows that occurred on the 23rd and 24th of October, and maybe even come back up to the high from the 24th of October as well. So that's just our analysis for Ethereum Classic. And then the last one is going to be Monero. So Monero is also down 1.03%. Last trade was at $87.39. So Monero's bar is definitely giving us some precursors of weakness. You guys, it kind of resembles Dash price bar, just like today. The market shot higher to where we said it should be on our video yesterday, but then it was able to close lower than open and close from yesterday on high volume. So there was a lot of selling occurring today for Monero, and we will be expecting them to trade sideways to lower as well. And one of the concerning things that we can see is the fact that we have this type of bar trading right here around that support area for Monero. So that tells us that Monero is running the probability of even breaking the support line on tomorrow due to this high volume, unless the buyers are really consuming and buying up all of this amount of volume that occurred today. So our analysis for them is for them to continue to trade sideways to lower due to this bar right here and the stockpile that came on from yesterday. The market is not giving us any precursors of strength over the last 5 or 6 trading days, which is another reason why we're saying Monero is going to be trading sideways to lower. So that's all we got for today. One of the things I want to mention before I go is the light volume that is reflected on some of these cryptos. It could mean two things, and the two things are either the sellers are not present, then you would expect the market to move higher, or the buyers are not interested in higher prices, so they did not back the move to higher prices, and you would expect the market to fall. So that's why when you have trial run bars like I've mentioned on some of these cryptos today, you kind of got to wait and see what the market does tomorrow in order to get that confirmation on what exactly occurred today. Now, I know there might be some of the things you guys don't want to hear, but it's just how the market rolls. That's how you got to interpret it some days. And you just got to sit back and be patient and let the market tell you what's its intentions. So this is pretty much what today's video is all about, where we kind of sit back and see what some of these cryptocurrencies are still trying to tell us. So we're just sitting back, being patient, and once we get those confirmations of either precursors of strength or precursors of weakness, then that's when we'll come in and react, and we'll trade in that certain direction. So that's all we got for today. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the new subscribers, and continue to watch these videos so you guys can gain that confidence as well of understanding and where is the likelihood of these cryptos going. Once you understand this language, you guys too would be more profitable without having the majority of those indicators to confuse you on making entry points and exit points positions for your own particular strategies. We are here just to eliminate all of that confusion and to show you that you still can predict precisely where these cryptocurrencies are going to go. So that's all I got for today. You guys stay profitable, and I'll talk to you guys later.